Welcome back to CF Clips. This is the Canik Rival S Dark Side, coming with a little note from Canik themselves and more features than you're going to know what to do with. This is a steel-framed 9mm pistol that's as smooth as a jazz pianist's fingers and is more accurate than most of us can actually shoot it. If you're looking for a competition-ready pistol that won't break the bank, then the Canik Rival S, where you know you can find it from, might just be your ticket to the top of that podium. Overall, Canik, hailing from Turkey, has been making waves in the firearm industry for their affordable, high-quality pistols. They're like the new kid on the block who shows up and starts schooling all the veterans in basketball. Unexpected, impressive, and a whole lot of fun to watch. So without further ado, let's dive in because there's a lot to talk about. This being a steel-framed pistol, you can feel that weight. We'll get to that in a few. Overall, you have a 5-inch barrel length up top here, and a front fiber optic sight with an adjustable blacked-out rear sight. The rear sight is a little bit on the squared side, as you can see that right there. Some love it, some don't. Either way, it is very easy to find that sight when you are presenting out quickly and you're in need of knocking down targets in your competition. You have a fluted barrel. If you can see that, there is some fluting to the barrel up front, and lightning cuts alongside your serrations on the side of this firearm all over the place. Helps keep down some of that weight, but overall is very aesthetically pleasing as well. You have cuts on the bottom, you have lightning cuts on the top, cuts on the side. It gives this a very aggressive look, and overall looks great. Your barrel also does have some cuts on it that match those serrations on either side of the pistol, again keeping that rival look. It's unmistakably Canik, and it's unmistakably a rival. These serrations are nice and aggressive and nice and deep, making it very easy to actuate the pistol, whether from the front or the back, depending on how you want to press check it. Heck, you might even be able to do the John Wick press check. One thing I love that Canik decided to do as well, they kept some of that aggressive stippling on this side. Now they bolted it onto the side here, so where you present out your finger when you're not ready to fire and where your thumb grip kind of goes, they give you a little bit of a texturing. This has always been something that is appreciated about Canik pistols and still holds true with the Rival S. Also, making its way over, if you know anything about Canik, they paint the back of their firing pins. This allows you to know when that pistol is ready to fire. Here's an example. Of course, we are clear. You pull that trigger and it disappears. Overall, it is nice. It's a good visual indicator for those moments when you just got done running around your competition and you thought to yourself, did I rack it? You can just look. Just like the front grippy pieces being ambi, your slide release is also ambi. I actuated it from that side. You can also do it from the front side as well. In between the grip and the slide release is your takedown lever on this particular firearm. I can't show you that, but I can show you what it looks like on the inside. Inside, this is going to look very familiar. If you have any Canik firearms, you know and will recognize this as being familiar. Without diving too much farther into that, let's continue with the spotlight. Heading down to the bottom of the pistol, usually I would call this the polymer portion of the pistol, but this is an all steel frame gun. You have a very large Picatinny rail on the bottom with 4 crossbar slots on it that will allow you to mount most lights and lasers that you're going to want to on this thing. Your trigger guard is nice and large. Again, that competition style everything here, including that 90-degree trigger brake. That trigger brake is quite nice and sounds and looks just like this. There is a trigger safety here, so you pull that back. Once you get past that, you can stage that trigger right at that wall, which is very distinct, and then bang. You see that movement? Almost no movement. But the reset is just as good. Little bit and bang. You can just fire this thing super fast. Very little movement overall. Canik is known for their triggers, and this gun is no exception. As we head on back, you have an extended mag release. It is a left-hand side only mag release, but is very easy to grab. Now, this is a competition style gun, so it does protrude past the side of the grip just a little bit, as you can see right there. Running a Canik, I've never run into the issue of accidentally releasing a mag. However, with it being as extended as it is, that can be something you may need to train around. Overall, it's extremely easy to actuate if you get the right grip on it, and sits very naturally where your thumb will go. Good job, Canik. The grip texturing on here is aggressive on all 4 sides. You have the same texturing on the back and the left and the right sides, with a metal portion being cross-patterned right here on the very front. Overall, you're looking at a very easy gun to grab and go. Now, that magazine. You have 18+1 magazines here, and as mentioned before, you don't just get one in a box that comes in a gun, you get a whole box of goodies, plus a note. Having a note in your gun case that comes right out of the box is nice. The fact that it is put in here does give you the confidence that, hey, they're giving you a little bit of information on how this was made, a little bit of the pride that they put behind it, and the little placard up top definitely gives you that feeling. This case overall reminds me of a small Pelican or Vault case and is very nice overall, with push button to release your latches, and then you open her up. Inside, you have an extra magazine, you have your toolkit, you also get a flared magwell in the box. They didn't install it right away, odd choice, but they didn't. You do have that if you want to put it on. So if you're not a fan of it, you don't have to use it, but if you want it, it's there. You have a couple of different adjustable back straps as well. But wait, there's more. Beyond that, you have 5 different optics mount plates, because one thing I haven't mentioned so far is you can mount most optics on top of this firearm. It is optics ready. Now you do remove that rear sight when you go to mount that optic, because it is mounted to the plate itself, but having that option is nice overall. Of course, you also have a trigger lock, a mag reloader, a couple of cleaning tools and screwdriver here, as well as a competition style holster. Overall, what you get in the box is everything you're going to need to run right away. You can buy one of these, take it to a competition, and if you're good enough, actually compete. Overall, this is one of the reasons why Canik has become so beloved in such a quick time. They give you everything you need. You don't have to go out and spend $200 on extra accessories. You get it all in the box. Thank you, Canik. Keep doing that. Adam, if you're watching this, keep up the good work and keep up what you're doing. In review, you have a 5-inch match grade barrel with a fiber optic front sight. You have an optics cut up top and a match grade 90-degree trigger. Overall length being 8.9 inches and overall height being 5.75 inches. The weight on this one is 42.72 ounces overall. And of course, it is chambered in 9mm. You get ambi slide releases and a whole bunch of goodies inside the box. In conclusion, the Canik Rival S isn't just a pistol. It's a performance machine. It's reliable, very accurate, and oozes that competition-ready cool that makes you feel like a champion. If you're looking for a pistol that's just as fun to shoot as it is to show off, the Canik Rival S deserves a place in your holster, or in their holster. Just be prepared to answer questions from jealous onlookers at the range who might mistake you for a professional shooter with a secret weapon. This one being the dark side, you may be able to just get away with no one noticing that this is something special out of the box. If you have any experiences with the Canik Rival S or Canik Rival S Dark Side, please leave a review down below. We would love to see your comments. That is all I have for you today. God bless. Stay safe. It is time to end.